Crypto market seems to be a whole different place right now. If you go through the charts and see what's happening in front of us, you are clearly admitting the fact that the price shows you something, and that's leading the way. When we look at XRP and put in the perspective of this should go up, there is a lot of different indications in the market suggesting it should go up. The argument which comes in is like, where the hell is the money coming from? We had a double bottom, but are we making a double top? That's a question which a lot of people are asking. Yes, we had this double bottom, but what about this? This is what the argument is. Let me explain what I see. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. So directly jumping into the argument of where the money is going to come. This is one of another asset in the crypto market, ING. It is showing you on a daily chart, it is starting to develop a negative divergence. Great. Then you slowly look at what's happening and you're like, okay, there is a three-way microstructure, after which you're getting a negative divergence. That's significant, isn't it? Now, if you are like, okay, that's just a daily chart, you want to see something big on the same daily and then move on to a macro, yeah, we can do that. Because on a daily, look at the volume. That's turning negative. Last time this happened, it didn't end up well for the short-term guys because it consolidated long enough. Why? It had another leg up. But right now, if you look at the same asset on a 3-day chart, looking at the macro perspective last couple of years, you do see this there. Whenever the price goes up and the RSI on the same 2 points disagree with that, that happens to be the local top. Now, you don't have the confirmation yet. Can we do another 10-20% to the upside before we go down? Yeah, obviously, that is possible. But what's the idea being shared here? Money is about to start moving out of these assets. This is an other asset, which is clearly showing you there is a drop in the strength. The price is making a possible double top. But as of now, you still have a bullish divergence at the support levels. RSI is going down, but the price is not. So you may actually get another leg as a surprise move before you drop back. But remember, you have this three-wave structure there. That shows you there is going to be a trap, just like we discussed here. You actually saw that the price did the three-wave structure, which was kind of clean, and before it went back down, it did a trap. You don't want to be inside that. Now, why is that so important while discussing about these assets and the price structure that we see right now? If you are focusing on these, on a macro, they have already done 20x. Say ING has already done like 35, 40x. So who will not take profits if they had bought at the bottom? So if that's 33x from the bottom, that's a decent area to look for. Last time, when we actually did substantial amount of gains like 25x, we had enormous profit taking. The top itself came in at 33x. Right now, we are so close to that ROI. So you should think about this. When the money is being made on one end, it will move on to another. And it's just not one asset showing you that. There is multiple assets. This is Casper. It's showing you somewhat similar. Daily, the price is going up, but the RSI is not. And now the price is already down like 40% since then. Remember, we talked about this. We shared, our thought process and what I personally see on that. And you guys can see these calls were being made close to that top by putting my argument in. Since then, the price has dropped 40%. So this is what the SI family is here for. This is what the 850 plus members are here for. They want to learn and then use this in the real market, in the real world, so that they can make money. Now, if you are willing to look, learn, educate yourself and make real wealth, look at the Patreon. Join the SI family. The link is given in the description below in YouTube or in the bio in Twitter. Now, let's continue. If you actually look at these, you do understand the fact that there is a possibility it can come down. Yes, that's still following a trend line till this point breaks. Sure, agreed. No one disagrees. But by that time, the price is down 60-70%. So that means those who bought at the bottom and rode it all the way till the top, till they got that divergence, they are taking profits. They're moving it out into different assets. One of that asset can be XRP. I'm not saying the only asset which gets all the money is going to be XRP. No, there's going to be a lot of them. XRP, XLM, XDC, HBAR. You will see almost all of these going higher. Sure, we agree on that point. But right now, if you do watch them close enough, now you put the argument, okay, this is true that we are kind of forming this. If we break below, it's not a good look. Now we are looking to test 0.53. So anyone who bought in short term, they are getting liquidated if they are highly levered. If not, yeah, it's a couple of more weeks of waiting. But if you look at this on a trend line and try to make a logical decision of price action, yeah, even if it actually comes down to this range of 0.53, you're still trending higher, not trending lower. One. Two, your range of support which you broke before is still valid here. So, there is nothing wrong in testing this and then bouncing higher. But right now, the point I'm trying to make is, yes, that all stands true. It makes logical sense in the market. But whales, they don't want you to get these things easily as a perfect retest to buy and run towards your target. That's why they dropped it way below, pushing it down to this trend line. That was something big because people were anticipating a 0.54 bounce. Now we didn't get that. Rather, we went down to 0.47, made a double bottom and went up. Great. Now you're still inside that pathway. You have the 1, you have the 2, maybe you're going to do the 3, which end up close to 0.85 or 0.95, or just say somewhat just below $1. Why? We have a lot of overhead resistances to break through as we go higher in XRP. That's monumental, right? We need to break through all of this before we see significant momentum coming in. Now, the only chance is that if we actually get God candles like these in 10-20 days popping through the roof, now yeah, you're off through this range. That's great. Why? If you repeat them here and you form a new God candle setup here, then this becomes the support. That's super bullish. I should say that. Then this range is going to act as a macro support from which you're going to bounce off. But yes, obviously, first we need to see these ranges being broken. So you are disciplined looking at the market. But the issue is, even though we have everything in the market like looking like this, where the general market sentiment is super bullish, where you're looking at everything and seeing like, okay, people are talking about this, the speculation, it's all pushing through, right? We're watching how the world is changing. For the good or the bad, we understand that. Those who can reason look at this and say, like, okay, there is something wrong. So that kind of narrative is still here in crypto. I mean, read through what Moon Labo has been actually saying. I mean, Matt is on the point here. The way he puts it is clear. Now, remember, yeah, he has the CFA title there, but if you have been reading and learning about XRP and you know the difference between XRP and Ripple, the company, or when XRP was created and when Ripple, the company, was created, now you already know this guy is kind of nuts. He does not even know the basics of how things work. 1. 2, I actually went through that. I even responded to this guy. So the initial idea of no banks uses XRP is like bullshit. You have banks, financial institutions using XRP to process the payments. You have RippleNet processing a ton of payment in which 50% is through the on-demand liquidity. That's not a small thing. That's a giant leap from where we were 2 or 3 years back. So you will see fudsters like this coming out. Now, the general concept of CFA as a whole is like crypto is a scam. So I won't actually say like, this guy is a complete idiot, because that's what they're being fed. But then you go look at the investing legends like Howard Marks, Peter Lynch, you name it. They all put in some perspective about these academic stuff which they learn to become an investing manager, a portfolio manager. Like you guys know, I've been going through this stuff, so I know the ins and out of what they are teaching you, what that course is, what the syllabus is, what is being covered. I'm like, that's not what you see in the real world. If you take those financial equations and enter this crypto market, you're wiped out. A financial economist with PhD in the academia was saying, get out of Bitcoin when the price was close to, I think it was somewhat here. Somewhat here, say 20,000, 25,000. Now the price is 40,000 plus, 42,300 to be precise. That means if these guys knew something, they wouldn't be working for someone else, rather be an investor, right? There is a big difference between them. Now here, that title not only means you have that, but you're most likely working for someone. There is a big difference. You're still an employee. Your thought process is aligned in that socialistic way. Now, we as an investor or investors in this market try to learn every single day. That's why I'm again reiterating this. Watch this, guys. This is Bitcoin that decides where the market goes. So if it is showing you something like this, why should you go against it? Now, say, okay, if you're not that good with RSI, now at least look at the MACD. These are the two biggest indicators which the world uses. Because if someone comes to you and say, okay, I have a secret indicator, use this, it shows you the best opportunities, that's just, believe me, guys. Because if you see something, a world of investment group should see that. If the world of investors does not see that, who else is going to buy and push the price up? It doesn't make any logic, right? So here, if you watch these, MACD is suggesting you whenever it crosses to the downside and moves somewhat like this, you already reached your bottom. The local bottom or the setup is clear. Now we are trying to move back up. You want to cross back to the upside. By that time, you're already retesting your resistance and then breaking that to the upside. That's something, isn't it? Which means right now the RSI agrees you're rounding and you want to go back up. MACD agrees you're trying to put in a local bottom. Now, if you're like, okay, I'm a little bit more like the trend-based guy, then you're following this and saying like, okay, the MACD needs to round off from here. It needs to bounce off from here. It's not yet closed. So we need to see where it close and bounce off. So I'm waiting. Fine. This is all about what you understand in the market and how you understand things. And if you miss something, then you go in there and learn what you missed. So here you had the exact same thing on the macro, and the RSI gave you the same perspective that was dropping, but the price did not. So that's where the hidden bullish divergence comes in. Now you're getting almost same thing. The RSI dropped, but the price did not. Why the hell should the results be different this time? So guys, keep this in mind. If you are here looking at XRP, this is something I want you all to understand. Money is in the market. It's rotating. We are close to 1.7 trillion, $1.6 trillion as of now. Money is rotating from one asset group or one segment of the market to another one. If you are positioned correctly, the next pop in this market should be most likely the gaming, smart contracts, and payments. You will see a lot of people making money just through that segment. If you are positioned well enough, don't fall for any of these fudsters. It's just, random fud which these people would like to push down your throat. Read it, understand it, and then do your research and make your judgment. It's so easy to look through the stuff and see like, okay, this guy doesn't know the basics, right? So once you see anything in the market, use it. So for example, if I'm showing this to you and saying, okay, this is hidden bullish divergence, go to the internet, take Google, right? Type it in, hidden bullish divergence. What do you see? Is it the same thing? Am I saying the correct stuff? If so, you are like, okay, I'm back testing this guy for 10 times and it seems like all the time he has done his basics right. At that point, you're confident enough about that individual. Otherwise, you're like, okay, this guy didn't get it right. This guy didn't get it right. And if that's more than 5 times in 10 of the scenarios which you backtest, that's a red flag. You need to think twice. Now, we all human beings, 1 or 2 times we will make mistakes, but to learn from that and to improvise as you move higher, that needs character, right? Character is important. So if you receive value from this video, smash that like button for me. I'm watching a lot of you guys also are joining my second channel. I haven't put a new video up there for some time, but I assure you, soon it's coming. That channel also will be reactivated in maybe 3 to 6 months. We are thinking about that, making a schedule to push that back up, because a lot of people have been sending comments after listening to those videos. I'm really thankful you're taking time to watch that 3, 5, 10 minute videos on the other end to see what's after this. Not just the crypto, about the person, the character, the development, that kind of area. If you're interested, this can also be really helpful. Now guys, if you are in the market, have patience, have discipline. But that said, I'm about to end this video. I'm out with my family. I'm somewhere in the mountains, so it'll be a couple of days by the time I reach back home in the studio. So anyway, smash that like button if you haven't done that yet. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.